This is already incorrect, right? You have two enhanced runes. Sorry, you have two enhanced sets and then a fight set. This is incorrect. Your lead, whatever it is, this unit's gonna die, needs to be on triple fight. So that's already incorrect. The war bear, this is incorrect because it should be double fight will. I don't see the other fight rune. This is a enhanced rune again, which is incorrect. So there's already 3 fight sets that are missing. That is probably causing your Bale to not do enough damage. Hey guys, before we start the video, if you guys are interested in getting advice and help from me and other Summoners War players, feel free to join my Discord, where the link is in the descriptions below. Also, if you enjoy my content and want to support me, become a Patreon, where the link for it is also in the descriptions. I want to say I appreciate all the support, and believe me, I really do. Anyways, that was it. Let's get back to the video. Hi guys, this is Juno and welcome back to another account review in Summoners War. Today we are on Attic EJ's account. He's been playing for a very long time. It looks like 2,628 days. He's been on and off various times, and the account is nowhere where it should be based on account age. So he's already laying the foundation, telling me that, hey, my rune quality is not going to be there. Okay, so we'll take that into account. So here are the things that he wants me to focus on. One is arena offense and defense. Second is guild war and siege, and then finally an R5 team. I really think that people who don't have R5 teams should still run R4 or even R3. Get the blue grinds. Get the blue grinds because they are still going to improve your runes by a lot. Okay, 6% on 6 runes or 5 runes is 30% extra stats. It looks like he is in a G1 guild. That tells me that there should be a lot of defenses I could recommend. A few really well runed siege defenses will get you a lot of wins. So he has a lot of units, so at least his unit box kind of represents his long time account. So let's look at it in the arena perspective and also the siege defense perspective. So Tiana, seeing Tiana is very good. Seeing Peng Beck is very good. So you could go with a Tiana Peng Beck type of team. Do you have like a Zeros? Because I see that you don't have a Chung Peng. Oh, you do. So you can make the Chung Peng Peng Beck offense, which it looks like you're maybe trying to do, or you're currently using this as a second turn team, being it's so slow. But you could definitely run that team, and I was able to get a very high record with that team. So I hope that's a working offense for you. If you don't know how to build it, please watch some of my videos. I think I have a specific video that's showcasing that offense, and I believe it'll help you a lot. Do you have a good arena defense lead? Like a Wind Monkey or Carnal, something like that. You also have the Poseidons. Yeah, going with the Poseidon Peng Beck is also good. You don't have Leo, so second turn team, a real second turn team is hard to build. I mean, you can't build it because you don't have the Leo, but you could go with the semi second turn team using the Chiyu. Chiyu strip is pretty consistent, or you could use like a Praha, because you are going to be using the Tiana for a fast team. You don't have Leah, so you can't go with the offense that I created for another user, which is the Chiyu, Escher, Galleon. Leah, really strong team, but because you don't have Leah, we can't go with that either. So I took a quick look, and it looks like you don't have a great arena lead, HP lead. Depending on your Swift set, we could maybe go for a speed team. Yeah, because you do have a 33 lead, we'll have to determine that from his rune quality. So now let's look at his runes. So let's take a look at Swift speed. 22. Not that fast, and then 18. So it already looks like he does not have a lot of grinds. 21, no grinds. This is 24. This is 25 or 26. And then at 18 again. 22. So this could be a 27. It's a crit rate rune too. Crit rate rune slot 4 fast speed is really good. And the next is 16, so the second rune is really slow. Then you have another 19, which could be a 23, and then 17, and finally a 21. Already seeing this, it looks like you don't have the grind. So aside from your runes, aside from your dungeons, I would focus on your BJR5 team. That's the number thing I would focus on. Let's take a look at your violent runes. 18, 17, 24, 23. So it looks like some of your volume runes are being grinded. 19, okay. 24, and then 22, which could be 27. This is also a very nice rune. You will see the importance and the usefulness of accuracy slot 6 as you progress into the game. These runes are really useful. I'll probably take out the crit damage percent and put in defense percent or something like that and make it more tanky. Because usually slot 4 accuracies are used by either strippers like Chung Pang or by a support, usually. Violent runes overall is pretty weak, but it seems like the same quality as your Swift runes. It had more grinds, but there are other runes that could be improved, which would be better than the runes that you have already grinded. So I think it's around the same state as your Swift runes, because your Swift runes also had good candidates for grinds, but they just don't have it. Now Will, another 22, so this could be grinded for 27, and then 15, really slow next rune. 18, really weak slot 3. Slot 4 is another 18. Slot 4 is pretty weak too. Slot 5 is 17. And then 18. So will runes are definitely the weakest. However, looking at all these 3 runes, it looks like that BJR5 is the priority. Getting the grinds and perfecting some of the good runes that you currently have will definitely improve your account. So I would start with that. And once you perfected the really nice runes, I would then move on and start improving your rune quality. And I will start with MB12 and then probably transition into either DB12 or GB12. It really depends on what kind of team you want to start playing early on. If you want to focus on early regular arena, I think going for the MB12 and then DB12 is probably better. So you could go with the tanky team. Seeing your rune quality, you're not going to go with a fast team because your runes are simply too slow for that right now. So I do think you'll go with the second turn tanky team for arena defense. It makes sense to be focusing on MB12 and DB12, and also from MB12 you'll be getting the rage runes, the will runes, which you will need for your second turn AO. And for first turn AO, you won't need a lot of fast runes. You'll probably need 1 or 2 for your attack bar booster, and then maybe another unit that you can't get on a damage set other than a swift set. I think the order that I just stated is correct if you want to focus more on the regular PvP side rather than RTA. But that doesn't mean it's not going to help your RTA. DB12, MB12 improvements will definitely improve your RTA score as well. Okay, now let's take a look at your BJR5 team, because we know that there is a problem with it. Okay, so do you have a BJR5 team? Looks like this is your solo R5 team where you're not using this team, which is an issue. I do understand that you can't run a solo R5 team right now since these other 2 teams are not going to do enough damage. So let's just look at this team and talk about it. So first of all, okay, good thing the Shiwa is not built and not tanky. However, because you have a 6-star, I would probably use a different lead and use the Shihua in a different team for your solo R5 team. But that's for later. For right now, the builds. So this is already incorrect, right? You have 2 enhanced runes. Sorry, you have 2 enhanced sets and then a fight set. This is incorrect. Your lead, whatever it is, this unit is gonna die, needs to be on triple fight. So that's already incorrect. The War Bear, this is incorrect because it should be double fight will. I don't see the other fight rune. This is a enhanced rune again, which is incorrect. So there's already 3 fight sets that are missing. That is probably causing your Bale to not do enough damage. Your Jansen should be on double fight will. Great. It is not tanky enough, I think. I don't think it needs to be this fast. Let's see how fast your Lauren is. Again, it needs to be on double fight will. So this is incorrect already. So now you're missing 5 fight sets, and then the Colleen needs to be on double fight or double fight will as well, right? Or triple fight, something like that. So you're missing 7 to 8 fight sets, and you're asking what's wrong with BJR5 team. I think that's the biggest reason. You're missing 7, 8 fight sets. And then your Bale on Rage Will, too much crit rate first of all, because you're gonna be using a Hua lead and then a Kali lead, and that is 42% extra crit rate for your fire units. So you technically need to only make your Bale have 58% crit rate. So you're really wasting a lot of stats for this crit rate. I will kill that and try to first get the HP because this is way too squishy. And then it's also not going to do enough damage. I'm pretty sure these runes aren't powered up. Yeah. And I'm right, no grinds. This is why I think that you should first focus on R3, R4, and then try to transition into R5 because you're missing 20 stats. And this skill 3 needs to be fully scaled up, especially in your condition. Pretty sure if you fix those, it will probably do a lot better than what it was doing before. Let's take a look at the arena towers. If those are not powered up, that's an issue as well. Yeah, so your ancient sword needs to be fully scaled up. Your guard stone should be fully scaled up. Your fallen ancient keeper needs to be fully scaled up. Your fire sanctuary needs to be fully scaled up. And your, where's the HP one? Is the HP one fully scaled up? Cool, okay. So those are the ones that need to be fully scaled up. It's not always required if you have the rune quality. But you don't. You don't have the rune quality. So you have to fully scale these up. So from your arena defense, I really want to just tell you to put a fake defense. You know, just put it like this and just call it a day. Just hit the defenses that come in because they are going to win since you only have the Bernard. And then you could hit those back quickly since you don't want to waste too much time clearing arena defenses. Seeing that you've been on and off in the game, you're not a player that stays in the game for too long. So I would try to make your clears as quick as possible and get the most out of it. So putting up a fake defense will be my recommendation. And later, if you do improve, I guess you'll go with like a Mo Long lead since the Mo Long lead has a HP lead. A double Nemesis Will healer will be very helpful. You could put in like a Rakan in there. Rakan's really annoying these days. And then this Triana. Do you have a 2A Darien? You don't. Then you probably need that double Nemesis healer on 100 res or something. No Abelio, so something like this. Do you have Abelio out here? No. Yeah, so something like this. Very common defense in Conqueror level. It could work, but knowing your rune quality, I wouldn't expect too many wins. So I would focus my time in arena offense. This is a very good one. I like it. However, I would also make the change where you could go with this one, yes. But seeing your Peng Beg, it is not going to move. So you definitely have to put it on a Swift build because this is not gonna move. And please start, you know, Devilmoning your units. Like you said, if you want to focus on arena, then you should Devilmon your arena units, especially your damage dealers, because you're missing so much damage. And also farm your artifacts. I just noticed that most to all of your units don't have artifacts, and that's really, really bad. Aside from all the substats, the main stat, you're missing 200 attack, and 200 attack is no joke. There's a lot of things to fix, and artifacts are a must. At least get 100 of them. It doesn't matter what substats they have if you don't want to care, if you don't want to focus on it, but you should get at least a good amount of it so you can rune up all the things that you're going to be using in PvP. Let's look at Siege. I'm pretty sure you're not contributing much since your rune quality is not there, but let's look at the defense. Yeah, there's a lot of defenses, and but all of them don't look that great to me. So a very good one here is I think using one with the Vigor. So a common one is this with a Harmonia. And you don't have a Harmonia. Yeah. So I will build a Harmonia because this defense is extremely common, or you could just use a Commune here. It looks like it's already being used, so forget about this defense. It's not being used anyway, right? So I'm gonna just remove it. And nothing, yeah, no one's getting wins. Look at that, 0-3, 0-11, 0-1. The one I'll make for sure, a very easy one to make too, is this defense right here. For the Nat 4 defense, I think this one will be the one that you want to build. Since you don't have a Bastet, you can't go with the Odin anyways, right? Yeah. So a very common defense would be this one for a Nat 4 defense. So please make this. I can't set it right now because you're in the siege, but this is one that I'll make. Yes, there are a lot of answers to it. However, these still get a lot of wins if it's built correctly and built well. seeing your rune quality, you'll have to probably give your best rune quality to this defense if you want to get any wins in G1, because right now in your level, with your rune quality, G1 siege is not easy. That's a problem. So that's one. A Nat 5 tower is a little more tricky. I wish you had like a speedly like a Triana. Sorry, a speedly like a Sierra. But I didn't see one. Right? Yeah, and because I don't see one, I think you have to go with the tanky defense again. Probably something with the Theo. So Theo, Rakan plus a Riley is a good one. If you do have a Riley. Do you have a Riley? I think you do. Yeah, so this is a good one. You could even go with this if you think you'll get all the crit rate you want, but I think this would be good. Right? Also a team with the Molong. Molong is pretty good. Molong. But here in the middle, I think you want a wind damage dealer that I don't see that you have that's really good. I mean, this could still work. Not as good though. But I think the Theo one has more pressure. The Theo one's more scarier. Yeah, I think this is scarier. So I think this is what I would recommend. Violent Will or Violent Revenge, and then Violent Will, and then Violent Revenge, Violent Will, 100 res. Okay, so that's what I would recommend. And if I recommend one arena offense that you could easily use, is probably the Garo, Rauk, and Verd. However, seeing how you have only one Verd, this is probably the Trickery Verd, so it's not going to work. So make a second Verd if you can. Probably not the best idea right now because you have a lot of units that's not built. But if you want to use this offense, you have to make a second Verd. And it's a pretty good offense against like the twins. And also a lot of teams that are just squishy, but you know that you could outspeed. So that's one I'll make. One other team I'll make is probably the Lucian with Konamiya. Freak, you don't have Konamiya. So you would want the Konamiya there and then the Lucia last. One more that you could build is the Copper Bulldozer. Copper Bulldozer is really useful in G1 Siege. You'll be surprised on how many you could cleave with the Copper Bulldozer. You need to build the Imasetti though. You need to build the Imasetti. So I hope you build that since I don't see that either. So there are like key units that you're missing in between. But if you build those, you will be able to use these offenses and get at least 3 wins just from the offenses that I recommended. If I want to reiterate the priorities that you want to do, I believe getting your towers done is the biggest priority. And while you're getting your towers done, you could be farming any dungeons, but you won't just be able to do R5 since the towers bring in a lot. Seeing your rune quality, you do need the help from your towers. You need every help that you could get, any game help. So towers done first, and during that time you could focus in any dungeon. I'll focus on probably MB12 since it is the weakest, and it also drops rage and will runes, which will help with your R5 team. And then once you're done with that, I will transition into probably the other dungeons and also artifacts. You could actually just be farming artifacts right now while you're doing your towers as well. Maybe that is actually better since you are missing so many stats just from that. Finally, after that, I'll probably transition into like the regular guilds because you do want to contribute to your guild, and I think Siege does give you a good amount of resources that you'll be able to use, such as Siege guild points and also rubies, and also maybe if you get a lucky box, you could get some crystals and scrolls there that will help you out. And then I'll finally do Arena last because I think Arena really is a combination of that. Since you are also missing a lot of core units for Arena defense, I don't think it is a priority. I don't think you could reach any higher than C3 right now with your rune quality, or even if it does get improved in a short amount of time. With your box right now, I think unless you have amazing rune quality, C3 will be your limit. So getting some better units such as the Leo and also devil mounting your units that you're gonna use will determine the new rank that you could get. But that was it, guys. Hope you guys enjoyed it. And if you guys don't agree, again, please put a comment below on that and we could talk. I'm pretty sure the account owner will appreciate that as well. If you guys enjoyed it, please smash that like button, make it blue, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.